What's going on, everybody? This your boy Mike from Trouble Down Productions and NerdFeed.com, and this is going to be my review for The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 6, Always Accountable. Now, before I get into the review, I want to congratulate Karen Branch, where you are the winner for last week's giveaway. Get up with me on Facebook, Twitter, somewhere, and shoot me your shipping info so I can get that prize out to you ASAP. Now, there was a lot of things to talk about in this episode, really. I mean, you didn't really have a whole lot of people. You had the Daryl thing where he got captured by who I'm still going to say is Dwight. Like, I still think this guy here is Dwight for sure. Like, I mean, I think I'm getting kind of fooled, though, because whereas I thought that the wolves were playing them as like the scavengers, now I kind of think these guys may be the scavengers, and I'll tell you why. They called out, if you heard real close, they name dropped Wade, and I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Wade was a scavenger in the comics. So these could be the scavengers. The only issue I'm having with that theory is that this group is so organized, like you could tell that they lived by a certain type of rules. For instance, when this guy got bit, as soon as he got bit, he was just automatic. Okay, I know you got to take it off. It was funny though, because the guy that severed the arm took the watch off of the arm and gave it back to the dude. And now, I mean, he's like, you're gonna need this. Like, that shit was pretty funny. Nevertheless, the group is very, very organized and live by a certain set of rules. So you know that it's a group. It's almost got to be with the Saviors, because with the recent cast of Negan, which you can, if you want to check that out, I'll pop that up right there so you can check it out, my video for that, giving my thoughts on it. And then with them about to be wrapping here very, very soon, it's almost impossible for it not to be the Saviors. I do think there was some foreshadowing in this episode as well, like when Daryl was laying next to that walker and the walker had that helmet on, it was almost kicking back to the comics to where, you know, what happened, the incident that happened to Glenn, protect your head, you know what I mean? I kind of thought about that. And then when Daryl was talking to Dwight, who he actually called Dwight in an interview with IG, I think it may have been IGN, I could be wrong about that, but he did an interview and he actually called the guy Dwight. So even though we still have not had a confirmation on that, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're seeing the origins of Dwight from the comics. But when he was talking to them and was like, yeah, I must be stupid too, and then he kicks him in the ass later on when his bike and his crossbow gets took. So the guy took his crossbow, so saying that, it makes me believe even more so that it was Dwight. Either way, I think that guy is going to get captured by those people eventually, and they're going to take him back to Negan, and that's when Negan's going to burn Dwight's face. So if it works out like that, that'd be a really awesome origin type story for Dwight. Now on to the Sasha and Abe stuff. Now this was pretty cool. I don't know really how I feel about them two. Like I said, I'm not a shipper, but I guess it wouldn't be bad. There was a brief moment in the comics where Abe had relations with Holly behind Rosita's back or whatnot, but now that Holly's dead in the show, they could be gearing more towards this with Sasha, which I guess would be kind of cool. I really like what they're doing with Sasha this season, because last season it was almost like she was losing her mind. She was, you know what I mean, not completely there. She was going off. But this season it really seems like they've wrote her in a different light. Like, she's got a light to her now. She's got, you know, she has hope now, and I really like that, and I really like what they're doing with her. I think that scene was very well done, very well written. Him and Sasha together, the way they played off of each other was really well done. Abe in a suit? Oh, damn, man. And then he tried to put the moves on Sasha on top of that. It didn't look like she was taking that, but then again, you never know. You never know. They could be playing it long term. What am I talking about? There ain't no love in the zombie apocalypse. Really? Now, a lot of people think that Abe was going a little nuts when he jumped up out the car and was running through the walkers, and then also when he was screaming at the walker in this past episode, they had the grenade launcher, which I might add, it was almost like a kid in the candy store, you know, Abe finding the cigars, the rocket launcher, and everything else that was there that he found. Abe seems to me more like the type of person that just needs an end game. He needs a reason to be there, to help, to do something. If you remember that flashback, he almost put one in his head, and then, you know, Eugene came up and basically said he needed him. So at that point, he had an end game. He had a mission. Now he's also got a mission now with what they're doing in the current stages of the show. And that's where we get the name Always Accountable, when Sasha was talking to Abe about, even though if shit's hitting the fan, no matter what's going on, you're always accountable for your actions. And then at the very end, you see Daryl. He gets into that truck and he goes off and he finds Abe and Sasha, and then they head back to Alexandria. Now, at the very tail end right there, you hear somebody come onto the walkie and yell, "Help." There's been a lot of speculation that it was Glenn. There's been a lot of speculation that it was Rick. You know, I've heard some people say that it was somebody in Alexandria, that the wolf that they had there got out and had somebody, or maybe it was him on the walkie, because I do believe they have more walkies in Alexandria. But for somebody to be there and to do that just makes no sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me that it would be Rick, because Rick is at Alexandria, and last we saw, everything was under control. People were getting kind of, you know, wanting to start looting or whatnot, but I mean, far as danger, nobody was really in any danger that we seen. So for it to be Rick is just kind of like, nah, I don't think. I'm leaning more towards Glenn. I think it was Glenn. I really do. There's been people say that it's been confirmed that it was not Glenn, and to that, I don't know. I have no comment on that, because I think it was Glenn. I don't see how it could be anybody else, honestly. But they might throw us through a loop. You know, I still don't think Glenn is dead, just because of the way they're making us wait for it. Why would they make us wait to know that if he's dead or not? Like, obviously he's not dead. Overall, I give this episode a 9.5. It was written really well. All the actors did amazing in it. I enjoyed it myself, even though it was a little slower. It was still a really, really good episode. That's about all I got for you guys. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be on the lookout for my predictions video for the next episode this Sunday. And also be on the lookout for my watch and chat in my Dead to Zombies group. Both will have giveaways entailed in them. And far as giveaways go, I have got this copy of Season 5 DVD, brand new, that I'm going to be doing a giveaway for in the group here this week. So make sure you stay on the lookout for that one. Thank you for watching. Dead to Zombies, nerdfeed.com. You guys rock.
Better run, here we come, it's the Day of the Dead.